Next crop we talk about is apples. Now apples is a little different story. Here we got a crop that is a perennial. So it's going to have a flow through a season. And a continuum as it comes down, and like alfalfa did. It comes through the season and we harvest and we go back again. So it's going to have a nice gradual up and down kind of a deal. And it probably has a little bigger peak. And it'll just flow on out and come back down to where it was in the fall, the spring. Very high consumers during the peak of the summer, the highest consumers that we have in the state. Apples are our most water demanding crop, apples and cherries. Again, we have a situation where we want to just maintain field capacity in our crop, watch the fertility up to a point just before we harvest out here toward the fall. They're going to naturally start demanding less water because the days get shorter, less heat in the air, less solar radiation, and they're maturing. The crop is hitting maturity, and so it doesn't need the water out here. What we want to do generally out toward the end of this season is to cheat it back a little bit to try to drive more sugar into the crop. So we might put a little stress in that apple over here in its growth stage, shut her down a little bit, and stress it just to make it a little sweeter to be picked. Now that has to be balanced with what you dare do for packing it. You know, again, tree-ripened fruit is awfully good, but to transport tree-ripened fruit is real tough to do. So there has to be a balance between what can we process, pack, pick and go out and pack and ship versus what we could actually go right out our door and pick off the tree and eat. They're really two different worlds. That really becomes true when you get into stone fruits. If you eat peaches or apricots or cherries, you know, gosh, you can get the greatest peaches in the world right off the tree. You can never find one like that in a grocery store, because they have to pick them too green. They could never transport them. They'd bruise so bad. If you can pick one the day it ripens on the tree, it's just like eating a handful of sugar. Pears are the same way. Again, a crop that has a very standard looking curve to it that we would expect for a perennial crop. Large water demand during the peak of summer when there's maximum evapotranspiration. Lots of leaf surface, lots of water demand. As the plant starts to go into its dormancy for the fall, the leaves quit using so much water. That transfer of water through the leaves slows down, and eventually we go out to the fall and the leaves fall and we go down to very little demand for the rest of the season.